Good morning, graduates, for the College of Arts and Sciences undergraduate diploma ceremony. At this time, we ask you to please find your seat so we can begin the ceremony on time at 9:30. Thank you. The program will begin shortly. Good morning. Graduates, please rise for the academic procession. Please welcome the University Marshal, Professor Jim McGuffin Colley.
Please be seated. The 2021 undergraduate diploma ceremony for the College of Arts and Sciences at Case Western Reserve University is hereby convened. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Interim President Scott Cowan.
Good morning, everybody. How are you all doing out here? Let me hear from you. How you doing? No, you're not doing well enough. Try that again. How you doing out there? Much, much better. Much better. Today is a very special day for all of you. In fact, probably for every single one of you here, this is your first time graduating from college. I want you to know, for me, it's my 31st. I've had the honor and pleasure of hosting 31 commencement ceremonies in my life. 14 of them as Dean of the Weatherhead School of Management right here at Case Western, 16 as President of Tulane University, and 1 as Interim President of Case Western Reserve this year. Some things never get old, though, and certainly no occasions as special and as exciting as this one is today. I have greatly enjoyed every single one of my 31 ceremonies, but there are 2 that really stick out in my mind. The first was in New Orleans in 2005, several months after the great tragedy of Hurricane Katrina, and the second particularly memorable commencement is today for me, which I will never forget, and I hope you will not either. I've given a great deal of thought as to why I will always cherish these 2 special moments. The first reason relates to what makes all of the graduates who finished their time on campus during a time of crisis so unique, and you are unique in that way and many others. Your willingness to show up when needed and help others who could not help themselves. I witnessed this extraordinary empathy and selflessness and community spirit in the aftermath of Katrina and again during the pandemic here at Case Western Reserve. You all realize that life is about doing something that is greater than yourself and demonstrated how deeply you care about the well-being of others. As I have told students and anyone else who will listen to me, no one was ever going to remember you for what you did for yourself. They are only going to remember you for what you did for others. The second reason is that you are especially ready to make this pivot from college to the next chapter of your life because of the extraordinary circumstances you faced. I know commencement is a day of mixed emotions. You are happy and excited, but probably also a bit sad and anxious. New beginnings can be intimidating, but you all have what it takes to deal with change and adjust to a new world. You all proved during this pandemic that you are strong and you are adaptable. And resilience emerges in the face of adversity, and you all are much more resilient today than you were before this pandemic. That resilience will stay with you the rest of your life and let you encounter anything that may happen. You are going to be all right, every one of you, no matter any uncertainties or setbacks you may face in your next chapter. And do not worry if you haven't figured out a clear pathway yet. I remember sitting many years ago where you are and having not the slightest clue of what I wanted to do. But time and thoughtfulness brought me to where I am today, and it will for you as well. It will eventually come to you if you follow your passion, stay open to new challenges, and learn and grow as each year goes by. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, as long as you learn from every one of them. The third and final reason that makes this commencement very special relates to the future of our country and world. Each and every one of you, you are our future. One of the reasons I am always optimistic about the future, and I have been no matter what I've gone through over the years, is the young people. And this particular group here, sitting here today, and those others graduating, I have great faith in you. I know this is true for graduates in any particular year. It rings especially true when we have recently experienced a collapse of the world as we knew it and have been reminded that we cannot take anything for granted anymore. The future can look bleak in times of chaos and despair, but it is in fact bright because of all of you. I'm counting on your values, your character, and your goodness to tackle the issues that plague our country and world. Whether it's systemic racism, a public health crisis, or climate change, among many more issues that need to be solved, you have the intellectual and human capacity to tackle complex problems and bring about positive change. I want to thank you for everything you have brought to Case Western Reserve during this time here. I trust you will use your knowledge and the experiences you made on this campus and in Cleveland to not only imagine, but ultimately create a better world. Make that part of your mission. Remember, as I said, no one will ever remember you what you did for yourself. It's only for others. We need you for the future. Now, to provide a personal reflection to your class, I present your president, David Delansky. David is a marketing major with a secondary major in theater. In addition to the class officer collective, for which he served as executive president, David also served as the class of 2021 president all 4 years. He was involved in planning large traditional campus events such as the Hudson Relays, Snowball, and Senior Week. David served as a member of the Student President's Roundtable and as a member of the Spirit Committee. In addition, David acted in numerous CWRU theater department productions, worked with the Players Theater groups, and completed a study abroad program at the London Academy of Music and Dramatic Arts. Most people, by the way, don't even do this in a lifetime, much less in about 4 years here. Following commencement, David will be attending a graduate school to pursue a dual degree program at Chapman University, where he will earn his MFA in film and production and an MBA. Here now to share his reflects is your class president, David Delansky.
Thank you. I wanted to start off by thanking President Cowan, Provost Ben Vinson, and Vice President for Student Affairs Lou Stark for today's graduation ceremony, and for all others this past year to allow us to be on campus, keep us safe, and inspire us to keep high morale. I would also like to thank Denise Poulos and all others involved in the planning, design, and execution of today's graduation ceremonies, and all others who sacrificed their time and energy to make this event possible. I am personally thankful, and I'm sure all those in attendance today are grateful for being here in person. I know a lot of other universities were unable to host in-person graduation, and I'm excited to be here with all of you, my friends and peers. Another special thank you to the Office of Student Activities and Leadership for their unwavering support the last 4 years. Leah, Mark, Colleen, Suzanne, and Rachel, I will forever be grateful for your support. And to my fellow class officers, Hannah, Susan, Kathy, Sharon, for their friendship and fantastic event planning skills. Finally, I would like to thank the families, friends, mentors, and professors who have guided us through life and shaped us into the individuals that we are today. Growing up, I recall being required to participate in weekly family, or as my mother called them, team meetings. Many of you, I'm sure, have experienced family or team meetings yourself, possibly occurring during dinner or on a family road trip while you're stuck in the car. My mother, Dr. Mary Delansky of the Francis Payne Bolton School of Nursing, is a huge believer in teamwork, collaboration, and relationship building. I'm told that she covers these areas with great fervor in her lectures on quality and safety. Well, my mother truly does practice what she preaches. My mother used our family meetings to address pretty much any topic in her field, and related to our family, inappropriate behavior, disagreements between siblings, the status of chores, or just to convey general guidelines. As you might imagine, our team meetings often erupted into chaos and spun out of control. My mother's knowledge and techniques for effective team building were severely put to the test on many occasions. I remembered there was one meeting in particular where we were arguing, accusing each other of failure to complete chores. What was notable about this particular meeting was that I lost my cool. I became angry with my family members and began yelling. I finally stood up, stomped to my room, and slammed the door. As you might imagine, that team meeting did not end well for me. What I didn't realize at the time was that I failed to both understand my own emotions and the emotions of my family members. My lack of knowledge in my own emotions led to a complete breakdown in our interactions and the team dynamic that day. Many years later, I would realize that I was running away from my emotions, and what I was missing was emotional intelligence. During my time at CWRU, my journey began to learn about emotional intelligence. I learned that emotional intelligence, or EQ, is a person's ability to perceive in oneself, control and access emotions, and understand the emotions of others to facilitate internal and external connection and develop intellectual thought. My mom would probably agree that emotional intelligence is key to teamwork and collaboration. Interestingly, Daniel Goleman, internationally known psychologist and author of Emotional Intelligence, Why It Can Matter More Than IQ, says that people's emotions are rarely put into words. Far more often are they expressed through other cues, and that the key to intuiting another's feelings is the ability to read nonverbal channels, tone of voice, gesture, facial expressions, and the like. Emotional intelligence is present in every interaction that we have. However, it must be developed, trained, used continuously over time to be properly understood and facilitate the development process. My studies in theater and business here at CWRU helped me strengthen my emotional intelligence. Through theater, I learned to develop my expression of emotions and the vast connections that exist and the conflicts that exist between people. In understanding the emotions of characters I took on and their counterparts, I quickly began to understand my own emotions. At the Weatherhead School of Management, I learned how business processes, ethics, marketing, and design all rely on a complex connection of human emotion, and that emotional intelligence is key to leadership and teamwork. Then, last year, the world changed for us all. When the pandemic began, communication technologies we have grown accustomed to initially seemed like a lifesaver. Powerful social and virtual technologies like Zoom, Skype, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, even Snapchat, all developed during the last 2 decades, allowed work and life to continue, at least in some reasonable form or manner. However, the tools that were previously merely adjuncts to our communication now became mandatory, and we were forced to rely on these tools in our everyday lives. With this reliance came social and human isolation that reduced our ability to develop emotional intelligence. As I noted earlier, Goleman found that individuals' emotions are typically conveyed through nonverbal means. Too often, the communication technologies we have grown accustomed to reduce or eliminate the conveyance of emotion. As we recover from this pandemic, we are being called back to society with increased in-person human interactions. As we emerge into this world, we need to use our emotional intelligence to once again work in teams and build relationships. I know that CWRU nurtured our IQ, but right now, our EQ is more important than ever. If we hope to reclaim a world where we can work together in an effective, efficient, productive, and peaceful manner, we cannot run from our emotions as I did so many years ago. Instead, we need to face our emotions head-on, using emotional intelligence. I implore you, as graduates of this great institution and future leaders in your fields, do not solely rely on IQ. Do not rely on social media. Do not rely on Zoom for your meetings, and do not run away from your emotions as I had. It is time to reawaken and develop your emotional intelligence as we re-enter our communities and workplaces. Emotional intelligence will allow us to better understand ourselves and connect and relate with those around us. Only when we understand our emotions and the emotions of others can we fully expect to be able to develop the appropriate relationships and interactions necessary to solve problems and lead us all into the future. Thank you, CWRU, for nurturing both my IQ and EQ. And thank you to the class of 2021 for a wonderful 4 years here. I look forward to seeing what the future holds for us. Thank you all.
David, thank you for those tremendous words to your colleagues. And I would say to all of you, I'll make a bet right now that David someday will be a great leader. Why? Because he embodies what he talked about, emotional intelligence in that speech. And by the way, what you might have also learned at the Weatherhead School is that research tells you the greatest leaders we have had in the world have high EQs, not necessarily IQs. It's now my pleasure to present the J. Bruce Jackson, MD Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Mentoring and the Carl F. Whitkey Award for Distinguished Undergraduate Teaching.
The Jackson Award was established in 2003 by J. Bruce Jackson, a Delbert College class of 1952, in honor of Dean Carl F. Whitkey, who served as an advisor, mentor, and friend to Dr. Jackson. The Whitkey Award is named for the late Dr. Whitkey, who taught for many years as a faculty member in the Department of History. He was also an academic administrator and a leader in the intellectual life of the university. Both faculty and staff are eligible to be nominated for the Jackson Award, and all faculty who teach undergraduate students are eligible for the Whitkey Award. Each year, a student committee interviews the nominees and selects 2 faculty members to receive each honor. The recipients receive a monetary prize, and their names are engraved on a bronze plaque in the Thwing Center. Mr. President, it is my pleasure to present Dr. Cyrus Taylor, the Albert A. Michelson Professor in Physics from the College of Arts and Sciences, as a recipient of the Carl F. Whitkey Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Teaching. Dr. Taylor began teaching at Case Western Reserve in 1988. He completed his PhD in 1984 from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Dr. Taylor served as Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences from 2006 to 2018, and prior to that, led the Physics Entrepreneurship Program. Spring 2020 represented his return to the classroom for the first time in 20 years. Dr. Taylor's courses include Electricity and Magnetism 1 and 2, and a new offering, Introduction to Climate Change, Physics, Forecasts, and Strategies, that launched this semester. A student nominator praised Dr. Taylor, saying, quote, "His enthusiasm for physics and recognition of its beauty is never forced and always inspiring." The student nominator continued, quote, "I'm planning on going to graduate school next year, and Professor Taylor's classes had a significant impact on my interests and pursuits. He opened up this whole new dimension of physics possibilities that I had never considered. I couldn't be any more thankful for the wonderful experience and lasting impact of his classes. If I ever become a professor, I'm going to try my hardest to be like Professor Taylor." Commenting on his role as a teacher, Dr. Taylor praised several faculty colleagues for their support and mentorship, particularly with the transition to remote learning last year. While faculty support was vital, Dr. Taylor said, quote, "I could not have done it without my students. I am particularly appreciative of 3 physics majors, all graduating this semester, whose interest in climate change contribute to the new course development. They helped me understand how to make it a more powerful course than I originally envisioned. And they continue to help this semester as undergraduate teaching assistants.
Dr. Cyrus Taylor, distinguished teacher and scholar, I am delighted to present you with this 2021 Wiki Award. Congratulations. Which I gave him already, right?
Mr. President, it is my pleasure to present Dr. Anthony Wexler, lecturer in the Department of English in the College of Arts and Sciences, as a recipient of the Carl F. Whitke Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Teaching. Dr. Wexler began teaching at Case Western Reserve in 2017. He completed his PhD in English from Johns Hopkins University in 2015. Prior to his arrival at Case Western Reserve, Dr. Wexler held research and teaching fellowships at Colby College, the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum, Johns Hopkins University, and Northwestern University. Dr. Wexler's recent course titles include, quote, On the Road in America and The Landscape of Memory. The student nominator praised his teaching abilities and said, quote, Dr. Wexler is phenomenal at leading classroom discussion, engaging students with the material in an organic and meaningful way. He skillfully promotes discovery of a deeper understanding of the material in each of his students by navigating personal and philosophical issues. Despite the challenges of remote learning, he managed our class wonderfully. I was always excited to come to class. Commenting on his role as a teacher, Dr. Wexler said, I do my best to create a space where students can voice their opinions, where they can feel comfortable enough to disagree with each other about important issues. And I hope that my own love of learning follows me into the classroom, and that students see that learning together can be a pleasurable and meaningful experience.
Dr. Anthony Wexler, distinguished teacher and scholar, I am delighted to present you with this 2021 Whitke Award. Congratulations.
Mr. President, it is my pleasure to present Ashley Nemes-Barron, Assistant Professor in the Department of Neurosciences in the School of Medicine, as a recipient of the J. Bruce Jackson MD Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Mentoring. Dr. Nemes-Barron earned her PhD in biomedical science, cellular and molecular neuroscience from Kent State University and began teaching at Case Western Reserve in 2020. Dr. Nemes-Barron teaches courses on the fundamentals of neuroscience 1 and 2. Her student nominator praised Dr. Nemes-Barron by saying, quote, she has a profound investment in my individual education, curiosity, and passions, and she would always do the most that she could to further develop these three things. I have not come across a professor or mentor who has cared so much about my individual exploration of subject matter and my aspirations. She constantly offered opportunities that would help me explore my options in a career in neuroscience. Quote, her investment in my education and willingness to discuss my interests and curiosity in neuroscience was unique among other relationships that I have with professors and mentors. It fueled my passion for neuroscience and learning further as a result of the care and attention she put into her role as a professor and mentor. From her perspective, Dr. Nemes-Barron was deeply moved by this recognition. Quote, it is an honor to be recognized by students for something I'm so passionate about. I could not be a successful educator without the help of my wonderful mentors in the Department of Neurosciences, and of course, having exceptional students. The students at Case Western Reserve University are inspirational and make teaching feel more like an opportunity than a job. And I'm so thankful to be able to help them along their journey.
Dr. Ashley Nemes-Barron, Distinguished Mentor and Scholar, I am delighted to present you with the 2021 Jackson Award. Congratulations.
Mr. President.
Could you do that one more time? I actually like that.
Mr. President, it is my pleasure to present Dr. Gabrielle Parkin, Sages Lecturer in the Department of English in the College of Arts and Sciences, as well as Interim Director of the Writing Resource Center.
You got it?
Dr. Parkin earned her PhD in late medieval English literature from the University of Delaware in 2014 and began teaching at Case Western Reserve University that same year. She teaches courses in the foundations of college writing and science fiction dystopias. Her student nominator praised Dr. Parkin's exceptional contributions both in and out of the classroom. The nominator emphasized that the care Dr. Parkin demonstrated during the student nominator's particularly challenging family circumstance extended beyond Dr. Parkin's role as a faculty member and the boundaries of campus. The nominator commented, quote, "Dr. Parkin goes above and beyond being an excellent instructor as well as a Sages coach. She sets a relaxed and open environment for the students to give their opinions on the assigned readings or other peers' papers. When out of the classroom, she is an amazing person who will do what most won't for those in need. I have talked with her numerous times about my life, and I have received great advice and empathy. Dr. Parkin always made sure that other students and I were surviving and doing all right. I will always be grateful for the strides she made for me and my family." From her perspective, Dr. Parkin states, "Mentoring for me is about taking time to slow down with the student. It's not just helping them to the next academic objective, but spending time to get to know them, where they come from, what excites them, intrigues them, what is getting them down. Giving the student some space to be vulnerable, and in turn sharing that space with the students helps both of us to grow intellectually as a community. By giving the students a moment to just be themselves, I'm better able to help them grow as readers, writers, and thinkers. But more importantly, we're able to learn together. My students energize and inspire me. They're extraordinary people who will go on to do extraordinary things. The chance to support them at this early stage in their story is both a privilege and honor."
Dr. Gabrielle Parkin, Distinguished Mentor and Scholar, I am delighted to present you with the 2021 Jackson Award. Congratulations. It is now my pleasure to introduce Jeffrey Walkowitz, Dean of Undergraduate Studies. Dean Walkowitz will continue with the presentation of diplomas.
Thank you, Mr. President. This morning, diplomas will be presented to students from the College of Arts and Sciences who have fulfilled the requirements for the Bachelor of Arts degree or the degree of Bachelor of Science in one of the following fields: applied mathematics, art education, astronomy, biochemistry, biology, chemistry, geological sciences, mathematics, mathematics and physics, music education, neuroscience, nutrition, nutritional biochemistry and metabolism, physics, statistics, or systems biology. Joining us on stage to greet the graduates and congratulate them is Dean Joy Ward of the College of Arts and Sciences.
Nadia Julia Abbas. Elias Noah Aboud. Joshua A. Adams. Ruchira Arun Agarwal. Trisha Blair Aho. Mohammed Momin Ali. Anthony Alel. Farah Yasmin Almhana. Catherine Michelle Anderson. Andrea Lauren Arline. Kimberly Ann Armbruster. Clarence Trey Alexander Armstrong III. Grace Quinn Armstrong. Avisha Bachet. Visha Bachet. Max Bactor. Allison Yufeng Bai. Adia Linnell Bailey. Courtney Dion Baldwin. Kyle William Richardson Barkley. Eva Mae Barrett. Olivia Marie Battistoni. Lydia Maria Agnes Bira. Juliana Christine Beam. Virginia Angelica Bamer. Joseph Charles Belfiore. Isabella Beninati. Janita Bunkard. Chloe Elizabeth Booth. Reed Boucher. Troy Austin Bowers. Christina Diane Bransell. Sydney Jane Branham. Kylie Brining. Bobby Bruno. Ryan Beakley. Benjamin Michael Bulpin. Jessica Lee Bumgarner. Daryl Benjamin Butler. Michelle G. Capovilla Searle. Nicole Marissa Cardwell. Kaylee Alana Carter. Eliana Castillo. Rio Genevieve Castro. Catherine Victoria Serta. Wai Ting Rachel Chan. David Chang. Amrith Chanarasapa. Kathy Maria Charles. Lan Chen. June Chen. Horace Chang. Todd Chang. Shriya Chenuru. Benny Chung. Afriti Ferdosh Chinoy. Gautam Herschel Chituru. Jason Choi. Brandon Chun. Thomas Chardy. Hannah Naomi Clark. Arissa Bonnie Cleveland. Joshua Michael Klopp. Bryce R. Collison. Javon Terrell Colvin Hatchett. Sunny Payun Ki Congrove. Nishayla Connor. Olivia Marie Connor. Shane Michael Cooley. Abigail Elizabeth Cower. Bridget Croniger. Abigail Maria Cross. Caleb Wyatt Curry. Jesse Spelbar. Michael Severn. Marina Ray D'Agostino. Jordan Allen David. Isabel Delina Davidson. Philip C. Davis. Jad Daw. Miranda Irene Debish. Rowan Amit Desai. Emma Marie DeLavore. Ha K Do. Timothy Vladimir Dong. Shriya Krishna Danthi. Emma Elizabeth Dooley. Nicole Ann Dugan. Annie Schwenwen Du. Alexandra Dunich. Jacob Camden Ebright. Sam Ehrenstein. Danae Marie Eldridge. Kelly Alice Emerson. Jacob Dwayne Ernie. Talia Grace Eschenbaum. Victoria Fan. Wei Hao Fan. Alexander Fang. Verena Farid. Alex Connor Fernandez. Adam David Fisher. Elizabeth Elliott Fitzpatrick. Shannon Elizabeth Foreign. Nicholas J. Forbes. Andrew Richard Ford. Audrey Louise Friedman. Noah Alexander Friedman. Joel Jacob Fuentes. Eleanor Maeve Gaddy. Samantha Grace Galifo. John Alexander Garcia. Samira Garimella. Bailey Nicole George. Cameron Tyler Garris. Cara Maria Januzzi. Jana Marie Giaquinto. Richard Isaac Gilmore Vega. Jared Adam Goff. Andres Aaron Gonzalez. Russell William Gordon. Sarah Ann Gotkowitz. Elisa Marie Gurnold. Benjamin Barrett Goldberg. Jason Guo. Savannah Proestu Haji Pantelli. Catherine Pennell Herring. Andrew Stephen Halza. Annalise Margaret Hamer. Monica Hamill. Jasmine Marie Haraberta. Mira Haran. Lauren D. Harrison. Jangon Her. Michelle Hello. Jessica Marie Harriet. Natalie Elizabeth Heine. Bao Jia Ho. Michaela Marie Heckerel. Wayne Wayan Ho. Susan Grace Howard. Joshua A. Shaw. Earl Shea. Guanlin Huang. Dermot Powell's Huang Marsh. Will Huffmeyer. Olivia Rose Hughes. Larissa Ibrick. Perdita Renee Irving. Taylor Ann Jackson. Mamadi Jallo. Rakeith Aaron J. Warden. Chloe Jen. Paul Neil Jensen. Jin Sung Jun. Justin H. G. Isabella Rose Jimenez. Diane Joe. Michael Brian Johnson. Gabrielle Simone Jones. Kyle Ryan Jones. Ryan Kenneth Jones. Catherine Ann Jordan. Sanchi Kalra. Nadita Kanapati. Nicholas Kaplan. Monica Ann Karam. Karthik Manoj Kartha. Anitra Karthik. Joseph D'Amato Cass. Marissa Katz. Komal Shiva Kirti. Samantha May Leanne Keltz. Pravalika Kasarla. Karina Ann Kett. Alana Relier Khan. Zane Kaiser Kawaja. Nahi Kim. Naomi Kim. Sarah Jean Kim. Sun Hayu Kim. John William Rennick Kincaid. Jasmine King. Miles Demetrius Kitt. Benjamin Jacob Klusnick. Lindsay Ruth Kluender. Cassandra Maria Nags. Elise Marie Coburl. Rhea Coley. Andreas Robert Kowald. Georgia E. Kralovich. Roshna Krishnapa. James Daniel Christel. Yash Kumar. Matthew Kunis. Eliana Zhursheng Lai. Rita Luxossi. Lauren Elizabeth Lapointe. Morgan Elise Lauer. Joseph Thomas Lorienzo. Sarah Juliana Lavin. Austin C. Lawrence. Tyler Aaliyah Lawson. Alicia Lee. Brandon Lee. Heywoon Lee. Jonathan Lee. Patrick Lee. Rebecca Lee. Yupin Li Xing. Alexander Stewart Lenhart. Xiaohan Li. Ethan Liao. Spencer Ye Lin. Joel Keebler-Leinbach. Rebecca Zoe Linker. Max Liu. Alexander Y. Liu. Gianna Angela Lopresti. Kiana Saw-Jun Lu. Cassandra Lopez. Chen Wei Lu. Daohan Lu. Mackenzie Michael Makura. Abson Madola. Isa Islam Malik. Prerna Vijay Lakshmi Mamaleddy. Anaya Monet Manuel. Chris Markham. Haley Alexis Marshall. Ania Rosa Martinez. Ignis Macio Leonis. Morgan Elizabeth McCommon. Austin Tyler McCulley. Will McDonald. Stephen McDowell. Emerson Claire McGinnis. Elizabeth McNeely. Marika Eleanor Lily Miger. Vidi Suresh Menpara. Nehal Methi. Lauren Acadia Metz. Chloe Elizabeth Mieres. Adam Joseph Miller. Carson Michael Miller. Morgan Lee Miller. Sarah Ann Miller. Caden Marcus Mills. Katie Lynn Moeller. Daniel Muhammad. Shahid K. Monometsi. Megan Michelle Morbitzer. Nikhil Rajesh Nair. Anil Nayak. Obasi Emery Ndukwe. Dana Tam Nguyen. Laura Phelan Needfeld. Christopher Mark Noga. Anthony Tremaine Nunnery. Brianna Mae Olson. Timothy John Orlando. Kimberly Osborne. Nicole Renee Palmer. Soryan and Ryanan Paramasaran. Hannah Ruby Paris. Riya Patel. Tanvi Vinod Patel. Julia L. Palesco. Zoe Perrier. Danny Rose Pizzuto. Vanessa Sarah Pilatova. Yosmar Adair Pinal Alfaro. Natalia Pokaleva. Nikaya I. Polsani. Jacob Mark Poniatowski. John Powell. Amuya Prabhala. Christina Q. Jad Ismail Quran. Anya Rubdyanovich. Fatima Rahman Aguilera. Ricardo Andres Ramirez Padilla. Neil Akash Rana. Badisha Ray Chaudhuri. Dustin Dean Reynolds. Ernon Benjamin Rincon. Donovan Joseph Rivera. Fernando Oscar Rivera Jr. Sean Rivers. Meredith I. Roach. Evangeline Rose Robertshaw. Marlo Alexis Robinson. Jeremy Mark Rodriguez. Raul Daniel Rodriguez. Nicholas Henry Park Monroe. Jackson Earl Rudolph. Yugen Sakti. Maeve Florence Psalm. Catherine Maroon Salwan. Ajay Sameda. Kristen Devana Sanford. J. Ashwin Sangani. Resya Sastry. Justin Seraphin Satchel. Bradley John Schneider, Jr. Brian Lee Schnell. Krista Grace Schoonover. Courtney Courtney Marie Christak. Cooper Reed Schwartz. Michael James Cease. Srinath Seshadri. Ashna Shah. Muayyad Mahmood Shaheen. Daniel Shao. Kelsey Elizabeth Shearer. Jiayi Shen. Hannah Su-Yun Shin. Joey Scholik. Abigail Simmons. Ayan Rivu Sinha. Akil Rafiq Sergiro. Samuel David Sizemore. Benjamin Matthew Smith. Sydney Ann Smith. Sophia Caroline Sokolowski. Ambar Irabel Solis Fuentes. Samantha Ann Summers. Alexa Victoria Ann Sorgatz. Blanche Spinner. Timothy Brinkley Sprunt. Maida Shrigari. Katarina Stegman. Carrie Stanger. Joshua Josiah Stevens. Jessica Renee Stoner. Emma Christine Strong. Elias James Suarez. Eunice Otitoalua Suburo. Gopal Bishash Sundaram. Alara Aaron Sutsku. Mark Frederick Swiler. Michael Swinford. Yicheng Tang. Crystal Taskin Saria. Kent Alexander Taylor. Caroline Ann Tiley. Bryant N. Thompson. Leo Raphael Thuman. Catherine Ileana Toledo. Elton A. Tong. Audrey I. Choi. Emily Elizabeth Tishka. Amulia Vadlakonda. Casey Vangelov. Madison Taylor Vargo. Brian Michael Victor. David Luke Wagner. Howard Bradley Walker. Kaylee Wong. Michaela Lulu Wang. Pengbo Wong. Nathan Dane Wanorik. Dylan Bradley Warren. Madeleine Sava Weinkop. Elias James Weiskirk. Gretchen Cara Kathleen Weiss. Allison Ruth Whitaker. Jillian Grace White. Iris Ray Wilcox. Alan Wayne Willman. Kieran Tyler Weinmiller. Aaron Sebastian Wise. Cambria Francine Whitty. Jacob Allen Warner. Susan Ka-mei Wong. Cindy Wu. Di Shu. Yaji Shu. Qinan Yang. Roslyn Yang. Anisha Yarlagata. Gautam Yurneni. Matthew L. Yoon. Sean Ryohei Yoshida. Julia Ann Zaleski. Ariane Zhang. Amy Young Zhang. Brian Hao Zhang. Derek Zixiao Zhang. Gloria Zhang. Grace Zhang. Yuhan Zhang. Jack Y. Zhao. Lily Zhang. Xiaochen Zhang. Camilla Lorraine Zavari. Dalia Faina Zulig. Kami Lorraine McKensnable.
Wow. Let's all stand up and give the class of 21 a round of applause. Everyone. Woo, woo. All right. Well, you can all sit down now. Well, without a doubt, today is a milestone for all of you. I hope you enjoy it and remember it the rest of your life. Every one of us at Case Western Reserve University faculty and staff wish you the very best as you move on to your next adventure and chapter. And we hope that you continue to build on the learning, the experiences, and the relationships you have developed here at Case Western Reserve. I've had a 45-year history with this university, and I can tell you with all honesty, it is one of the finest communities I've ever been part of. I wouldn't be here today, obviously, if it wasn't for Case Western Reserve University. Whatever successes I've had in life, I owe to this institution. And I hope years from now you feel the same about Case Western Reserve as I do. Early this morning, the university's convocation ceremony, the Alumni Association president officially welcomed you to a lifetime network of friends. Please stay in touch. Let us know how you're doing, and consider serving and supporting your alma mater when you can. Once again, and finally for today, congratulations to the class of 2021.
Honored graduates, one more task. If you would please rise and join in the singing of the alma mater, which will be led by Zachary Constantino. If you need it, the words can be found on page 5 of the program at the bottom of the page. Shine on forever, Case Western Reserve, loyal and true are we. Your brave sons and daughters, your knowledge we use to make our mark on history. Our school days will cherish forevermore, a lifetime of friends from the start. Shine on forever, Case Western Reserve, you'll be forever in our hearts. This concludes our diploma ceremony. Graduates, the faculty marshals will dismiss you row by row as the procession marches towards East Bell Commons.